Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to The Late Show. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. For the last 3 weeks, the House GOP has repeatedly humiliated itself with its inability to do even the simplest legislative function, pick a Speaker of the House, proving themselves to be not so much a legislative body, but a flaming bag of poop left on the Capitol's doorstep. But today was the pièce de res stupid. Because after multiple rounds of voting, starting this morning, right? The GOP narrowed their choices from 8 candidates down to 1 nominee, Minnesota Congressman Tom Emmer, seen here saying, "Come on, you fellas wouldn't screw me over like you did the last 2 identical guys. Come on. Don't do me like that." According to people I pay to care about it, Emmer is the House Majority Whip. He sits on the Financial Services Committee, and perhaps most notably, he got 2 DUIs, then sponsored legislation to lower the legal penalties that face accused drunk drivers. Okay, so a little self-serving. He also introduced HR 2435. That mailbox was already knocked down. But perhaps Tom Emmer's most enduring legacy will always be that he's the guy from this COVID-era Zoom meeting in this House committee.
During COVID-19, we must make sure that our nation's sole proprietors and the smallest of small businesses receive timely...
Will the gentleman suspend? I'm sorry, Mr. Emmer?
Yes.
Are you okay?
I am.
You're upside down, Tom.
I don't know how to fix that.
He continued, "Full disclosure, I have been drinking, so I don't know how to fix this. Hold on, I'm just gonna drive over to the Genius Bar." So, maybe not the perfect candidate, but at least the Republicans were this close to having a functioning government, which is, of course, Donald Trump's mortal enemy. So, this afternoon, he truthed, "I have many wonderful friends wanting to be Speaker of the House. Some are truly great warriors. Rhino Tom Emmer, who I do not know well, is not one of them." Oh, so close. Obviously, that eliminated the chances for Tom Emmer. But has Donald Trump ever met Emmer Tom? "Mr. President, so much easier for me to smooch your butt from this angle." That actually made me a little dizzy. That actually made me a little dizzy. Shortly thereafter, Tom Emmer dropped out of the Speaker race. Farewell, Tom Emmer. You will be Googled. At this point, I'd call the GOP a clown car, but clowns go to college. So what now? With Emmer's ouster, there is all of a sudden a lot of Mike Johnson will be Speaker buzz. Well, you know what that means. There's someone named Mike Johnson, and he will never be Speaker. But who is Mike Johnson? Why, it's Louisiana congressman and cardboard cutout at the Lens Crafters, Mike Johnson. Johnson is an ultra-conservative Republican who, back in 2018, was involved in GOP efforts to overhaul the Endangered Species Act, which is why he's promised that if Republicans give him the gavel, he will jam it in a dolphin's blowhole. But it turns out, as I'm saying these words, and this is true, they're holding a repeat of last night's closed-door candidate jamboree. And today, we got some insight into what that questioning was like.
What kind of questions are being asked?
Favorite colors, your geological sign, things like that.
Geological sign? I'm actually an igneous rising with a sedimentary moon. Yep. So I wish the GOP lots of luck in their fun night tonight. Oh, another day, another Trump co-defendant has flipped. This time it's down in Georgia, and it's former Trump lawyer Jenna Ellis, seen here living her best mugshot. That's 3 Trump lawyers in 1 week. which leads us to America's favorite new game show. We don't know, but whoever it is, tell them what they won, Johnny.
Probation instead of hard time. A lifetime of shame that you can't scrub off. And this dinette set from Broy Hill. Broy Hill, you're too pretty for jail. Back to you, Steve.
Thank you, Johnny. Now, among other things, Ellis joined Rudy Giuliani in asking Georgia lawmakers to violate their oaths of office by appointing fake electors. And down in Georgia, that oath is sacred. You place your hand on a stack of Allman Brothers records and solemnly declare, "Watch this, y'all! Yeehaw!" After entering her guilty plea, Ellis gave a tearful speech and took full responsibility by blaming everyone else.
I relied on others, including lawyers with many more years of experience than I, to provide me with true and reliable information. If I knew then what I know now, I would have declined to represent Donald Trump in these post-election challenges.
Oh, I bet she regrets representing Donald Trump and trusting those other lawyers, especially this famous outburst from Giuliani's legal briefs.
I will ask that he be disciplined for that.
We did not make that up. We did not change that. Now we know why she was crying in court, because her eyes are still burning. Now, while these trials are going on, Trump is still out there proving to the American people he can be trusted once again with the launch codes. Yesterday, he held a rally in New Hampshire and made an incredible discovery on stage.
Come for us. You know how you spell us, right? You spell us, U.S. I just picked that up. Has anyone ever thought of that? I just picked that up. A couple of days I'm reading and it said us. And I said, you know, if you think about it, us equals U.S.
You ever thought about that? I mean, do you ever think about it? You ever heard the word assume? You know what they say, never assume anything, but because it makes your ass yummy. Don't do it. True story. That's true. That's true. That's math. I just picked that up. I also realized that God spelled backward is dog. I'm the first guy to notice that. Pretty ironic, because I hate dogs, and I'm proof that there is no God. Now, mom spelled backwards, mom, upside down, wow. Wow.
Wow.
Then, Trump weighed in on the attorneys that flipped on him down in the Georgia election fraud case.
If you want to challenge the result of an election, they hound you. Look what happened this weekend with two good people. They hound them and they scare them but we don't get scared. We don't get scared. I'll tell you what, I don't mind being Nelson Mandela.
No. I also don't mind him being Nelson Mandela, specifically the part where he goes to jail for 27 years. Wow. Is that Gleason? Is that Gleason? Wow. Hey. Then he revealed his plan to win the most votes in 2024, keep everyone from voting.
We had a little election that went astray, so we have to be careful. You got to get out there and you got to watch those voters. You don't have to vote. Don't worry about voting. The voting, we got plenty of votes.
Really? We've got plenty of votes? Is it possible that next year both candidates could have the same slogan, "Don't vote for Donald Trump"? Now, is this in the same speech? Donald Trump trotted out some more of that old-time fascism when, in the speech, he praised a European strongman.
You know, I was very honored as a man. Viktor Orban. Did anyone ever hear of him? He's probably like one of the strongest leaders anywhere in the world. And he's the leader of, right? He's the leader of Turkey.
Okay, small detail. Viktor Orban is actually the Prime Minister of Hungary. At this point, Trump is just free associating. I was very hungry and I wanted some turkey. Maybe with a little chili, not too much grease. And a cold glass of Fiji water. And just a beautiful slice of Yemen meringue pie. Furthermore, oh, there's news from Italy, and it concerns Italian Prime Minister and mom considering making a break for it during the intermission of the Frozen musical. Giorgia Meloni. Meloni just split with her boyfriend of 10 years after he was caught asking a woman if she wanted to have a foursome. When some guy moons your eye while he's licking your thigh, that's a four-way. Thank you very much. Scandal emerged after Meloni's partner, TV presenter Andrea Giambruno, was caught on tape propositioning a colleague. In the exchange, he says, listen, I want to tell you something. Do you want to join our group? Will you join our working group? When the woman says yes, he adds, you have to give us something in return. My expertise, the woman cheekily replies, to which Giambruno says, you have to do threesomes or foursomes with us. Sounds more romantic in Italian. But it does remind me of that scene from Love Actually. We got a great show for you tonight. My guest is Jim Gaffigan.